have to join. So just... We're live. I mean, we're not live. You sexy beast.
the trolls reside. There's a Twitch channel where legends collide. Troll of games, spinning tales unseen, streaming Dungeons and Dragons in a world so unseen. With dice in hand, we venture through the night. The dungeon master weaves his magic with all his might, gathering warriors, wolves, and elves. Lost in a labyrinth, no one can tell. Gather round the screen, let the stories unfold. It's rolling armor, leading.
Troll Lord Games. Join the fray. There we are. There we are.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Holy crow. Wow.
Holy troll, is that what you said?
Said holy crow.
Oh, holy troll. I like that. I think
I
we need
do.
to put that on
Troll.
Holy
t-shirt.
troll.
Holy troll.
It's a fairly
6
full
arms.
house. Nice, Sparky.
10 heads.
Fairly.
It's a fairly full house. Dr. Pepper for Steve earlier, I'm getting it. But Chuck, introduce the stream. What are we doing today?
Today we're going to bring in one young guy with 3 old dudes, and we're going to ask him questions about the past, and he's not going to do shit about it. Oh, wait, it's Jeremy. He's a young man.
I can make educated guesses.
He's an
Like,
old man in the young man's body, so I don't want
I mostly infer. I just say things were better in the past, and everybody nods sagely. They're like, yes.
No, they were not. I mean, maybe over the next decade we'll see. But
Hey, Jason. Jason's lurking while he works. That's good. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, Jason, I've been talking Demon Angels all day.
So I'm Chuck Cumbo, Community Director for Troll Lord Games, and with me is a bunch of Troll Lords. I have Jeremy Farkas here, who is our production manager, and then I've got David Chanel, who is our one of the co-creators of Castles Crusade. I didn't say assistant. You got promoted. Castles Crusade's creator, and then our CEO, Stephen Chanel, Davis's brother, who is just basically a mayhem bringer. There you go.
Mayhem bringer. I like that.
Right.
hey, who's the guy from what's that show we used to watch as kids? Kent, he wore his hat like this. What was his name?
Ben Kingsley.
It's Fat Albert. It's
Fat Albert. Yes. No.
Fat Albert.
Who's the
Fat
guy?
Albert of the gang.
Fat Albert didn't wear his hat like that.
Mushmouth.
Mushmouth. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I love that cartoon.
I love that. Yeah, no, I love that.
It's
Steve made
it's a little bit different of a sit nowadays when Bill Cosby comes out to
Yeah.
moralize to you.
Before we get
Like, Fat Albert and the gang, I got to learn some things about what's right and wrong to do.
Before we get farther into this discussion, I just want to let everybody know.
Wait a minute. Yeah, Chuck, before you say that, let's deep dive into this discussion.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we will. You saw that. Yeah. All right. So real quick, we're doing a giveaway tonight for some codes off our store for some. You can buy some stuff from it. You just have to come give us a follow. Exclamation point raffle. If you're on one of the other platforms like Twitter or Facebook or whatnot, YouTube, there's the link. You can come right on over here and join the raffle if you want and go back over there. That's perfectly fine. We give the codes away in our Discord. Anyways, just want to put that out there. We're going to be doing all manner of discussions tonight. I think we do have one that we want to tackle right now, right, Steve?
Yeah, I think Lando said something about. So there's and I have not. There's a discussion going on in the Discord that's talking about the OGL less. Is that what we're going to call it? The OGL less version of CNC that's coming out.
I have
Here
seen the
very,
discussion.
very-
Steve has not, and Davis has not.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at it. Chuck and Jeremy just kind of gave me an idea of what's going on in there.
I found out about it 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I've known about it for hours, so but yeah, I'm
Okay.
sweating it. But anyway, it's not a
OGL.
big deal.
I can tell you all right now, having finished the overhaul of the player's handbook, that almost nothing changed. When Davis and Mack wrote those rules, they did not lean on the SRD. They did not lean on the SRD to write the fighter and the wizard and all of that stuff. I think someone out there, I can't remember who it was, sent me a section of the book that had a lot of SRD stuff in it, and the only section that is the magic section. And absolutely, I removed the SRD content by just rewording the paragraphs. That's all I did. So no rules were changed, no verbiage was changed. The only thing that was changed was alignment to disposition. I think that's it. And then about 10 to 20% of the spell names. But even the spells do exactly what they did before. They're formatted differently. I'm going to say that. They look different, but the spells do exactly what they did before. There's a couple. Yeah, I'm going to let Jeremy explain this. There's a couple we had to change. So, Jeremy, dive into
The spells we changed?
the
Or, oh, no.
whirlwind
So,
specifically.
for full transparency, there was one spell that was changed, which you guys create object was given a little bit of a boost. That was a spell where you could create plant matter, like a small amount of plant matter. We kind of expanded that a little bit.
That's right.
That was the only spell that got any kind of mechanical adjustment off the top of my head that I can remember.
There might be a couple of illusionist spells or druid spells that I tinkered with a little bit, but maybe not. I can't remember.
Because Steven wanted to add some druid spells, and I was like, no, don't stop. I don't know if you remember this conversation.
I do.
He wanted
Yeah,
to like add some or take some out, and I was like, no.
I was going to add a few here.
Yeah, I was like, leave it alone.
Let's just leave it be. For now.
Yeah, and then there were some of the monster abilities.
I create plant matter. I remember that one, Steve. The vegetable.
Yeah, yeah, it basically created like a cabbage. It's like
Yeah, that's all you could do with it. Yeah, it was the silliest spell I've ever seen.
it was like a third level spell.
Yes.
Really? Was it? I don't remember it being third.
Yeah, it was pretty high level, or third or
Yeah,
fourth.
but could you create a unique vegetable, like a vegetable unknown?
It was like a massive vegetable this big.
We're getting in the weeds. We're getting in the weeds. And then if you're at all familiar with 3rd edition or 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons, there's lots of specificity to the way things work. You have lots of different actions and subcategories of things that you can do. And when things were ported over for Monsters and Treasure, a lot of those little things were kind of carried over. So for example, when the water elemental has a vortex, and in Castles and Crusades, when you get caught up in the water elemental's vortex, it says you cannot move, but you can still attack. And when Stephen was reading that, he's like, how can you, if you can't move, you're immobilized. How can you attack? And I had to explain to him in Castles or in 3rd edition, movement and attack were 2 separate actions. So even though you were immobilized, you could still swing your arm. So we kind of reworded some things, simplified some of the language, and removed a lot of those 3rd edition and 3.5 isms, like the types of bonuses that things get, or references to like damage categories that just kind of snuck their way in by accident, and shortened the text of some of these things without altering what they do.
Right.
That's the most important part.
I
They
do remember.
still do the same stuff.
This is
Go ahead.
completely underrated right here. Veggie Master subclass income. Okay, so if there was a druid soul where you could create a vegetable, right, a unique vegetable that tasted really, really good and had all the vitamins in the world that you needed, right, even some proteins that you can only get from meat, right, and you make one, you've cornered that market.
Well, that's already a spell. It's called Goodberry. That's the point of it. You eat one and you're good for a day.
Oh yeah, but you cornered that market. You could be a billionaire.
Except for all the other people who have that spell.
That's how magic gets like killed, because then they're going, wait, I want to be a billionaire. I'm going to go kill every other magic user. Boom.
That's why there's only one.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but the bulk of any kind of changes are happening in Monsters and Treasures, and I've been handling that, and it's very meticulous and it's very carefully thought out to not change the experience of playing the game and to not alter how two people with two different versions of the book would interact with each other.
Right.
So I just want that to be very clear. Being very careful.
Yeah, we're really not. I don't. We've changed some of the monster names, not many of them. Um, Probably the biggest changes you're going to see are in the monster book, and it partially that stuff that came over from the mythology books was never really brought up to speed with CNC, and they're either being removed or they're being brought up to speed. And a lot of these third edition stuff that crept in because Mac used the SRD on the spells, and he used the SRD on Robert Doyle used the SRD on the monster abilities, I should say. That needs somewhat cleaned up. And that whirlwind is a perfect example. What Jeremy was alluding to is I ran a game Sunday night, and I had a 16 hit dice whirlwind attack the party. And when you read it as the spell or as the monster is that the ability is, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can't move, but you can attack. So that makes sense in third edition. It makes no sense in CNC. So it's stuff like that we're having to clean up, and it's very, very light. So you're going to be able to play your fourth printing or your fifth printing or whatever, and you're going to be just fine. There's not going to be really. I think the biggest change, aside from disposition, Jeremy, I think it was the cure light wounds became heal. Instead of doing cure light and cure serious and cure something, they became heal light, heal serious.
They became heals, I think, and they were graded based on like medical severity in like the field. So there's like grievous and serious, and then I was just looking at this spell, restoration. Restoration was expanded into a tiered spell. So the higher level you are, the more potent it is. Because greater restoration is
That's the way it should be. Yeah.
greater restoration is no longer a spell. It has been folded into, and lesser restoration is no longer a spell. So all three spells are in restoration. You can access it at second level, and depending on your level, it becomes more powerful. And I've already made adjustments to how that works with a restoration potion or a scroll of restoration, just dependent on the level of whoever created the item, that kind of stuff.
And I got to tell you, that restoration spell is a perfect example of just something that should have been addressed in the first printing. Yeah. To use restoration, you got to go to L, G, or R. They're all restoration spells, and now it's all in the same spot. Easy to. What we're really one of the primary goals here is to make this easier and easier and easier, and that's what conversation we're having constantly. But I can guarantee you, when you get these books, you're not. The CKG is not changing at all. I don't think we're changing.
I think we did. No, yeah, we did do one thing. We did take the OG out of the back of it.
That is that. Yeah,
page in the back. Does the term alignment come up in it at all?
Oh, I'm sure that's probably in there somewhere.
May.
Because Jason did a read. I did a read. I didn't find anything.
No, let me answer.
I've got several questions here in queue, Steve. I'd like to start.
Okay, fire them up.
All right, so the first one's from Death Angel Shadow. He says, what is the ETA on the new and improved OGL free core set, and how nice will the slipcase for the set be? Because it will have a slipcase, right? Right.
Yes, it will, and it's we're hoping to launch that Kickstarter in June, and we are bound and determined to have these books ready to print before the Kickstarter even starts. So when the Kickstarter funds, we know there's enough interest out there for it, then we will send them to print. So hopefully by day 1, day 2, they're off to the printers. That is the plan. So by late summer, they should be in. Go ahead.
I just want to add one comment for you guys. Jason just reminded me of something. We have worked extremely hard to comb through all of this to make sure there's nothing, getting rid of all the crap, and also making sure that there's nothing, conflicting. Like Jason's saying in chat, he's been combing through, checking for plagiarism checks and all that. Jeremy and him's been combing through stuff. We're giving it a pretty good fair shake. I will say that much. Let's see. Sparky, of all people, said, "What about releasing the non-OGL version of the rules in bare bones, basic PDF, no art, no fluff version?" So people can see for themselves it's the same. Might calm some fears. Could also be a free version too.
Yep, that's definitely on the table. We've thought about that. You can get the PHP free anyways. at the moment. But that is definitely on the table. I mean, the player's handbook is around so much that I think putting this out would not be disadvantageous. And then I see your comment, A Wolf, and I feel you guys, A Wolf and Jan Tor, that there's so many Kickstarters. I get it, and we're trying to back off on the Kickstarter stuff. Obviously, this thing is huge, so we kind of have to put it out there in that zone. But if we go Sparky's suggested route, and we put this up for free, there you go. And then you're good.
Okay. Chris Donovan asks, how about adding a mid-level cure or heal moderate wounds / disease type spell?
So one of the things that we're striving at doing is not adding a bunch of new stuff, creating new rules. We want this stuff to be very, very compatible. So the heal, I'd have to open my spell list. Let me get that.
There is a mid-level one, isn't there?
There's three. It's just like they are now. I'll be there in just a second.
I want to tack this on, Steve, if you can listen while I say this. Another person over on YouTube asked, so heal flesh wound heals 10% of HP. Heal grievous heals 50% or something like that. Question.
So what? No, we're doing exactly what it is in the book now, except in change. So cure light wounds is now heal minor wound. Cure critical wounds is heal serious wound. Cure serious wounds is heal grievous wound. It heals the same thing that you've got in the PHB now, so that won't change. And the reason that we did that is we wanted to line this up with the word heal, which is of course the big one, right? So now you'll have all of your heal spells on the same page.
The 6th level cleric spell, so all of the healing spells are in one spot.
Just to give everyone a quick a view into Troll Lord Games and Castles and Crusades development back in 2003, Davis and Mac had finished the rules. I had gone in and written my sections. Everything was ready, but he had just started his practice and the spells were not done. And I think that is probably why he took the spells and borrowed heavily from the SRD. I can guarantee you if he had had time to do it under the constraints that we were operating, that he would have rewritten all of those spells to make it more streamlined and a little bit easier, like we're looking at now. But he was pressed for time. Davis was out in the West, living in a hotel, I'm guessing, whatever you were doing in 2003.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's a long time ago.
All right. A couple more questions and a comment too. Let's see. Chris will then says, so all 3 books will be edited closely to remove errata that has persisted for many years. I think they're wanting to know how far, if we've made much. Anyway, you get it.
So what's going to happen next?
Mac is actually a rules lawyer.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next? I've got to get into the PHP. I'll probably do that Monday. It's all laid out. All the changes are in there. Some of the changes I made in the document itself or in the book itself, so it's going to have to be heavily edited or gone back over minimally. But I'm going to put a call out on Discord and get 10 or so people to get advanced copies of this thing to start reading it over and making comments and any of this stuff that Jeremy hasn't caught or Jason or I haven't caught that needs to be tweaked or fixed or whatever. Now
it could be you.
What did I do?
No, the viewer.
Oh yeah.
It could be TV Land.
All right. So Sparky has a comment that says, I'm excited about the changes. Spell work makes sense. I'm really excited about the new monster book. I think people are getting a little carried away. Well, you don't know because we've not really been able to go out and give out examples of what's going on.
How can we? Yeah.
Bit. It's just really tough to do.
I'll get in that chat group this evening and or I'll know it'll be tomorrow, but and have a gander.
Yeah, that's fine. Laramie Wall says, so tagging on with Jeremy's comment about restoration being level based, I assume that you just memorize it in a different leveled spell slot.
Yeah.
Is that so? That was my assumption. We need to check that that's actually written in there, though.
Yeah, there's a few things we need to check, but it's not supposed to change at all. It just is put in the same space in the book, and this is now. When I worked on the spell list, I didn't pull restoration out of whatever level cleric spell it is, greater or lesser, whatever. It all stays.
You used lesser, so it's a second level.
Okay.
It's a second level to memorize.
Yeah, but I didn't pull any of that out of the list. So yeah,
you're right. You got to make. We need to.
We need to make sure that that's clear. That it has to be a spell slot, be consistent with the previous, and not just like as you go up in level, that power increases necessarily. You see what I'm saying?
A lot of bang for your buck for a second level spell slot. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't. You ain't got an argument for me.
He-
I
just
wouldn't allow it in my game anyway.
Just
Yeah.
what Stephen wanted. An hour of rules lawyer. Yeah, he deserved.
Yeah,
let's-
when Steven writes something, he sends it to me, and I'm like, "This is wrong with it. This is wrong with it. This is wrong with it. This is wrong with it." And he's like, "Oh, okay, fix it." I'm like,
so Ben Adams Knight, he's got it's a pretty funny question. I know it's in jest. He says, "Are any of you trying for the WotC Open CEO position?"
ha!
Well, we'll see. They'll probably have it filled soon enough anyway.
If they give me a call, I can fix that game and company. Guaranteed.
They knew they decided who was going to fill that role 6 months ago. That's my
Yeah.
feeling on the matter.
Yeah, it's already filled. We just haven't said who it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
Thank
Goblin
you,
King Goki says, "Will monsters have average health stats so we don't have to roll their health every time we use them?"
Yes. Yes.
That is in there. And Sparky says, of course, y'all need these revamped monsters and spells play tested. Yes. Now we decided instead of waiting a year that what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and sell it and let everybody test it for us, and then we'll fix it.
So they're not altered
yeah,
to the
go ahead,
point
Jeremy.
where
Yeah, we've not
yeah,
changed.
I mean, most of them are not. Almost none of them are altered to the point where I'm like, okay, this needs to be play tested. I just finished going through the monsters, and it's less than 1% of the content that needs to be rewritten. It's probably it's 2 of the elementals and some of the dragon abilities, and that's about it. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm forgetting, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, really, I think it can't be stressed enough that Jeremy has found that his main thing that he's doing is purging 3rd edition from CNC.
I've learned so much about a game I've never played.
And he is on it. Let me tell you, he is like got the torch in one hand and the rake in the other.
And it's funny too because I want to play 3rd edition maybe twice, and it's a fine game, whatever. But I didn't make the connection until we were talking about the whirlwind thing, that the elemental attack, whatever the thing is. And I thought, because this doesn't make any sense. Why didn't the editor catch this? Well, it was copied from SRD. There's no reason for the editor to catch it. It works.
That's right.
In 3rd edition.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and
Yeah.
I've caught. I don't want to say I've caught all of it, but I've caught a ton of stuff that I'm marking to be removed in editing or corrected, so that there's not like weird references to luck bonuses or enchantment bonuses or different stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
But I promise you all that the changes will not be so jarring. I think the hardest thing that people are going to have to adjust is alignment to disposition. And we did switch monster hit dice to the word level.
We actually went back, right?
Yeah, we went back. And that too actually makes more sense in the mechanics.
So you say that, but then you write up a demon and send it to me. And I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess we're not doing that." So now I got to go and re-edit.
No, we have we have you to change. We have you to fix that. That's your job.
Yes. I try to catch such things, but 20 years of habits hard to break.
That's fair.
Yeah, King Maglut, and I appreciate that. And that really, these changes are going to be so. One, they make sense in the broader context of things, and also there's just not that big of a deal. That I know it's going to have, So, I'm actually jazzed on it because it's just like the average hit points thing. It's just going to make it running faster. And I think probably the most thing that Jeremy gets from me on a daily basis is, can we make it faster? Can we make this go a little quicker, a little simpler? That's
the answer is yeah, but it would take a lot of work.
Right.
The other day, he basically asked me to invent White Wolf's Mage the Ascension magic system for one monster. And I was like, I'm not
I hate that monster. I love that monster, and I hate that monster.
I'm not doing that.
It's the Lich.
For the Lich.
The reason I think it's the coolest concept, one of the coolest concepts of a monster, but I never play them because as soon as I open the book, it says it's an 18th level wizard and an 18th level cleric, and I don't have time to sit down and write up 90 spells and then
It's
go
18.
read.
It's an 18th level wizard, and it has a 5% chance of being a 12th level cleric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then go read 90 spells that I don't know. You know what I mean? I just
No,
TLDR.
something that will help you a lot, Stephen, when doing this, is that just because they have access to this many spell slots
Right.
does not mean that they have access to that many spells.
No, they could have
Still
one
gotta
spell
prep
and that's
it.
it.
You still got to prep it, and I don't like prepping stuff very much.
You'll
especially when-
note that in the spell table, there's in Wizard specifically, there's 20 of each one, so you can just roll for them.
Still got to prep,
Okay.
and then if I don't know what the spell does, I can't. I got to go look up the spell every round. What does?
Okay. At 18th level, that's what the gameplay is.
Yeah, no, it's got to be simpler, and that's
Okay, that's a problem that nobody has ever fixed in the history of
Well,
gaming.
I have
Wait,
fixed.
wait,
it.
wait, wait, whoa.
Oh, Davis lost. Davis froze. In the middle.
Where's my? I gotta get a screen. Oh shit, that'd have been a great screenshot. Ah, that'd
He
be
broke
perfect.
his own setup. That is fantastic.
Oh my god, that was awesome. So we've had a couple.
my suggestion.
Sorry, go ahead.
My suggestion, Chuck, and I know we got some questions, but was basically to take certain spell schools. We can't hear you, Davis.
Can you hear me now?
Now we
Yes.
can hear you. Go, fire.
Okay, wait. Jeremy, you got me so excited. Wait, what did you say that's never been addressed specifically? What were you saying?
The bloat that comes at high level play for Magic users. It inevitably slows down the game. It just does.
Yes, and it has never been addressed. You can address it very simply though. You take away the magic.
Okay, but how does it solve? Okay, but
So,
the scenario
Davis, what I
is
suggested-
the
what I
players are
suggested-
fighting a lich. Does the lich have no magic, and he's just like a kind of shitty
No,
skeleton?
you're right. I understand. I know what the problem is, and I think it's a structural problem in the way the game is.
Yeah,
designed
it's not a solvable problem in a game with progressive elements where you build and become more powerful as you gain levels.
Yes, unless I think there is a way to solve that problem, but maybe not. I don't know.
It would take someone. It would take a team of like geniuses
Silent Sunday.
getting together and being like, okay,
I think it takes some imaginative play is what it takes. Because what I pitched to you the other day was you take schools of spells, and then the DM doesn't have to constrain himself to what the fireball does. The lich can do fire magic, electric magic, undead magic, whatever. And so when
now what
when
happens?
Yeah.
What happens when because I have had player characters become liches. I know in your however many years of gaming that's never happened.
That's a
for you.
different. Now that's there. You're going to have to make them out for sure.
And
But
now
as
suddenly
long-
I have a player character with 48 spell-like abilities that can do anything.
Yeah, for a monster, because I'm talking purely from the monster's perspective. If I had a player become a lich, there would be a whole different parameters that go into that. Because I do players, and CNC does this too. Players and monsters are completely different things. Your dwarf in the monster book is completely different than your dwarf in the player's handbook. We make that very clear.
Okay,
We do the same thing for the lich. But go ahead, Davis. We got to table this. We can't argue about this.
But
We got-
one final point.
No.
If I wrote out all of these packages of powers, you would just complain that you have to read all these packages of powers.
So it'd have to be like, well, you're right. You're 100% right about that.
You're like, it's a whole page long now. What the hell?
I got it,
Can't it
Dave.
just
I
fit
got
on a
it.
sticky note? I'd be like, no.
Go ahead, Davis.
Yeah, no, Jeremy, I think it's fixable by restructuring the base run of the game, but you'd have to say.
Okay, well, let's get under the chassis and
Is
Okay.
a,
things.
No, yes, I am. So, Kent, this will make you happy to put this discussion about whether or not this is a second edition or not. I pulled up my notes just while we were speaking of my second edition of Castles and Crusades called the Second Crusade Harvest of Blood.
Oh
I
my
should-
god! What?
Well, that's the title.
Oh my god! What a name!
I should go ahead and do Harvest of Blood, the Second Crusade. Castles
Harvest of Blood is a good name for a scenario.
Man, it is. It is. That's funny. All right. There is no second edition. Go ahead, Chuck. We got some questions.
A couple. We got some comments and some questions, but the first couple are pretty hilarious. I don't know who asked in there, but whoever it was, plus Johnny Yontor. So, a couple questions. Does Mage Armor finally appear in the non-OGL version?
Double checking. He doesn't remember.
I don't think it does. Let me look. I'm
We
looking.
told you. Oh my
I
god!
told you like 15 times.
It is not in there, guys.
Come on, dude.
Just call it arcane armor. Why does a mage get armor
Hold on.
anyway?
Hold on. Hold on.
It's not
Because
real.
he can't wear any, and he needs to boost
That's
his
why
AC.
you have. That's why you have a distinction. Anyway,
Okay.
Okay, in a world where you can't cast spells and wear armor, it makes perfect sense that someone would develop a way to protect themselves with magic.
I cannot believe that I did not put this.
I'll
Is it
give you
under-
the other
maybe under
question
A?
after you do
No,
what
no.
you're doing.
Listen, yeah, go ahead. I am opening up the player's handbook right now, and I'm putting major armor in it. Right
Big
now.
capital letters, font size 80. So it's right there.
Yes. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm driving down the Little Rock and putting the damn spell in myself. That's from Sparky. So on that note, Jan Tor would also like to know: will we finally know how long a torch lasts in CNC?
Less than an hour.
Is it in the player's handbook though?
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not in
well,
there.
it sort of depends on what the torch is made of. So
No,
It's
torch is
it's
made
your
of-
table, your game.
In Swords and Chaos, a torch lasts 1 hour. Just do that.
No, it's not illusionary. It's basically a field of power that protects the caster and gives them abundance to their AC, Laramie.
That's absurd that you don't say what the duration of a torch is.
Torches last
It's
8
not.
hours. It's a
Wait,
it's a
no, I am
flashlight.
sorry. It did make it.
as arcane armor.
It's called magic armor. I was looking under mage. It did make it.
Arcane
is-
protection.
It
rather
is
than
in.
giving it-
Okay, it's not on my list, so I don't.
It is in the player's handbook. I'm looking at the player's handbook right now. But
And you send it to me.
Yeah, magic armor is what it is, Vando. Yeah, magic armor.
But you're right. It's not in the master list. So let me.
I want
put-
to take a look at it.
He's like, wait, there's something else I don't know about? Wait a moment.
Hold
Jeremy, get in there and
I
fix
wanna
it.
make sure.
Damage armor. Yes.
Oh, dragon armor?
Amazing.
Yeah, that's there's definitely an illusionary spell for that.
The
Absolutely.
wizard armor.
My wife has used it in my games before against me.
It is in your Skype. Okay, what was the
Thank
next
you.
question? Torch. Let
Yeah.
me see if I fixed the torch.
Yeah, fix the damn torch.
No,
God, this
there's
is
no way he did.
this is cutting me to a come to the stream and tell the troll lord what you want put in the book.
Yes, this is this is your
Oh, yeah, that's a
opportunity.
great idea. That's an
That was a
absolutely
great
great idea.
Oh God.
Vision. So what is the question? How long does
Duration on a torch.
duration on a torch? We don't have duration on anything.
No.
We don't even have duration on food.
We don't have duration on. I
No,
guess-
you don't need duration.
I see, that's magic.
We should come out with a
Maybe
book
Iron
called
Iron
Maybe we should come out with a book called Durations. Think about it. That's all it is.
Yeah, we
No.
should have
I'm
expired
just gonna play that.
on everything. Expiration date set on your iron rations. You have 7 days to eat these iron
A
rations.
torch lasts 1d6 times 10 minutes. Says
All
You're
right.
Marie.
off if you get a 10-minute torch.
I will make sure the torch is durated. Okay, so
If it lasts an hour, so it makes
Johnny
it like-
said, I'm secretly hoping you don't fix it so I have something to bitch about during these streams.
well,
You are just
there's
the
a
worst.
50-50 chance it won't get fixed.
Thanks, Shadow. Got it.
All right, what's the next question?
I
Well,
figured out the scaling problem, by the way, Jeremy.
Davis,
What?
I want you to create a whole chart of torches and what they could possibly be made out of and their duration. Okay?
Oh.
I want you to go full Davis on it.
Torch.
Full Davis.
hey, Steve, Chrismal made a good
A
point.
torch lasts 1 hour. Thank you. 1 hour.
So
I'm
Chris-
having
It's an
such a-
official
Hold on.
ruling.
So Chrismal made a good point, Steve. None of the light sources have durations. That's what he's saying. In here.
Yeah, but I was just looking at them.
candles.
So the small campfire, I guess it would need a duration. A magical deck. Yeah, we can. I'll put a column in here for duration, but I don't know.
You
Okay.
just have a line that says the average light source lasts 1 hour.
There you go.
So the next
All right,
book from
so
Davis will be
speaking
torches
of
and
that-
candles, folks. That's what we're
Yeah,
coming out.
speaking
So that
of
would cover torches, candles.
Well, we
Probably
only
not a
have torch-
lantern.
we have torch, lantern, small and large campfire, magical dagger, or magical sword.
Okay,
do
so-
you have club?
okay,
Because
so-
someone wants to know if we can use a club as a light source. So,
But magical weapons are not going to have that produce
Correct.
light are not going to have a duration.
Correct.
I'm not going to worry about durations on campfires. That's
Correct.
duration,
So
make
you
shit
just
up.
need one for you just need one for torch,
Yes.
candle, lamp, and lantern.
I don't have candle as a thing in here.
You don't have a candle for a light source?
Have you ever
You
tried
can-
to walk around in the dark with a?
Yeah, really.
Yes, I've
candle-
lost power before. Yeah.
Candle with a light source is not. Anyways, what's the next question?
Oh,
We will
sorry.
fix the torch.
All right.
Wait. I want to comment on this, the candles and torchlight thing. We can't remember the Skype thing I sent you the other day. So I went the image,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the Roman candle or Roman lamp.
Those
So
are cool with all the wicks.
I went down a rabbit hole of lamps. There
So
are so many thousands of different types of lamps
Oh,
out
no,
there
man.
with different lumens on each lamp,
oh my
and the
god,
different types of oils that were used producing different types of light.
How do you have all this time?
I don't know.
I
I
don't.
don't know how he does it.
That's
I don't
what
know
I
how he does it.
like.
It's amazing.
He's researching villages right now.
Oh, and I'm stuck. I'll get through
If
it.
Dragon A leaves the station flying east at 100 miles per hour, and Dragon
Yes.
B is that's Wolf Alarm. What's the next question? Fire.
All right, so I've got several here now.
78
Okay, so
degrees south.
from YouTube, August Dog Day says, "Hello, just dropping in to say I love Castle Crusades. I am in the online game on Sunday night. In an online game on Sunday night where we are dealing with Unclar's minions. Also, big thank you for the veterans discount. And only one question: will we be at Gen Con this year?" Yes.
We will definitely be at Gen Con, yes, and thank you for the kind words. And that is awesome that you're in a CNC game. That is very, very, very cool.
Big ups.
In fact,
Love to hear it.
while I'm
And
thinking
thank you for
about
the
it,
support.
yeah, thank you for everything, and thank you for your service too. Actually, for all any veterans that's
Yeah.
watching or listening. One thing I want to do real quick while I've got this on my mind about the Gen Con question, we've not put this out in the public yet, but I'm going to post this in here for you guys to look at if you want. So we are slowly but working on organized play and our events page, and this is the latest iteration. If you want to go over and look, it shows all the cons that we've got planned coming up. I'm still building into that. It's a work in progress, but have a look if you want. Let me get back to the next question. Oh my God, this is probably one of the best ones here of all. Van Deck of Gaxmore says mages without armor can be used as torches. When you light them up, they burn a long time. There you go. Retro Gamer Meth says, is the spell rada from CKG going to make it into the actual spell descriptions in this PHB?
Is there spell errata in the CKG?
I don't think there's errata. I think that there is like further explanation for a few spells.
That might be worth putting in there.
Yeah, but we'll definitely. And we're also going to post a list of all the changes so that you can quickly, look. But I
Do
think
we
I
have
know.
a list of all the changes?
Yes, I've got a list right here in front of me. I think I know what he's talking about. On page. Now that is something we will have to. The starting spell levels. Jeremy, remind me. In the CKG, we got to change them. Any names it may have changed.
Starting spell levels and
In the CKG, it has like we got.
okay, there was a
4
couple
levels.
things. Okay, so starting.
Maybe we don't. I thought we had further
CKG.
explanations of spells.
Then
There's something
Spell
like that in
behavior.
there. In there somewhere there is. I
Spell
know there
behavior.
is.
Yeah, it's spell behavior. Yes, that section will be brought up to speed too.
spell behavior to go to PHB.
Yeah, it's in
Sure,
there.
restore uses appropriate.
What's the next question?
Well, I'm going, actually, Death Things, I'm going down to Charlotte in November. It'll be on that list too as well, but I just haven't got it put in yet. There's a good con down in Charlotte I'm going to called Mythic Con. Me and some of the guys from Discord are going to be there running games like Van Deck. Next question is Ben Adams Knight. Question: can we get a weapon armor art in the book for more uncommon items?
Not in these books, but in Davis's Arms and Armor.
Oh yeah, the arms and armor. There's a
Peter is illustrating every weapon and every piece of armor.
I don't know how his fingers haven't fallen off.
Oh yeah, he's not real happy right now.
He tells us about it often. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
I drew 17 more axes today. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, so here's a one-off rule that came up on Twitter about 6 weeks ago, and we addressed it. You can't.
timely.
it's-
We're getting to it now.
It's a single line rule in the PHB under the movement section. It says an attacker can move 1/2 their movement rate
Yeah.
and still attack.
right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that's still going to be.
Yeah, that'll still be in there. I didn't even know it existed, and we haven't changed any of that stuff. I mean,
I sent Steve some rules he didn't know about
oh yeah,
the other day.
some of the stuff was in there 'cause I don't ever.
The-
look.
If you have a large size creature in melee with medium or smaller creature, will win initiative on the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
combat.
no idea.
And anyone with a weapon 10 feet or longer, the same rule also applies.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick for Dave. I know you asked Dave, and I think someone answered you, but I'm going to put it in here anyways. We do have a military discount for veterans that are in active theater and not in active theater. Right there's the link. You can go to our website and check it out. I think that Steve just we look for some sort of paperwork, and that's it. And then you get a discount from the store. So feel free to use that all you want. That's what it's there for. It's our way of thanking you guys for what you do and what you've done. You know?
Especially active theater. Please take advantage of that. And I think, Kent, we talked about active theater.
If you're, I don't think
Pretty
we
much
have any.
outside the United States at this point.
We've got troopers in Africa, I think over by the Horn, and then there's some in Syria and the Philippines. So we have in active theaters. If you know soldiers, troopers, whatever personnel, we will send books for free. I mean, we did that throughout the Iraqi and Afghan conflicts.
Yeah.
So
active theaters essentially you get it for free.
So for 20 years, huh?
yes, it was.
Yeah, wow.
No.
And for y'all that are just joining us, we do have a raffle going on. If you're on one of the other platforms watching, you will have to come over here. There's the link to come over here. Just give us a follow. Exclamation point raffle will get you in the raffle. I saw someone had asked it was new, so there you go. Just exclamation point raffle will get you in. Let's see.
Wait, I like a Wolf Alone's comment. Interviewer, as a creator of Castles of Things, I'm sure you know, Stephen, I really don't.
If only you knew how true that was.
And I know that Odd Man had asked and y'all had answered a little bit, but I'd like for Steve, since we have some new folks that joined us, Steve, just real quick, just a brief explanation to why we're going through the changes we're going through.
So when Wizards of the Coast pulled the open gaming license or threatened to pull the open gaming license, it caused a whole lot of disruption in what we were doing. Now, do I think they legally could have done that? No, I do not. Do I think that we had the energy and personnel to actually get involved in that if it became a legal thing? No, we certainly do not. So Davis and I sat down, and it didn't take us but about 15 minutes to do what we should have done long ago, probably fourth printing when we made some minor changes there, and just pull the SRD content out, rewrite it, and abandon the OGL so that we are no longer in any way, shape, or form beholden to any other entity anywhere. We're just beholden to the trolls and to you guys out there, and that's it. So we don't have to worry about it. And once this OGL is gone, whatever Wizards of the Coast does with whatever they want to do, we don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
And that was the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you, Steve.
And just to kind of clarify, when another company, a license holder, and let's say we can say Gail Gygax or something, she held, after Gary passed away, she held the licenses. A huge amount of our energy went into making product for the Gary Gygax stuff and that material. And when it was pulled, it about wrecked the company. We were much smaller then. It caused massive disruption in everything, revenue loss, which of course means letting people go, the whole 9 yards. So what that has taught us over time is to, if you hitch your wagon to someone else, you have to really, really, really make certain that someone else is going to be going in the same direction that you're going. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble getting to where you want to go. And so the OGL was really the last piece of that has tied TLG and CNC and you guys to any other entity.
Spellcasters that live near large bodies of water can pound sand. That's the official statement.
Anyway, so
thank you, King.
All right, yeah, and thanks for answering that, Steve. Appreciate it. Laramie Wall said, since we're putting this out on the table, are you still talking about using only paragraph format and no longer using stat blocks for spell monsters?
Yes, yeah, that's all laid out. I think you'll be very happy with it. Each spell is laid out exactly the same. So when you go into it, first paragraph is going to be a suggestion on what this is the spell. And then the third paragraph has the duration, the casting time, blah, 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 all highlighted in that bright orange that you can see in the ninth printing. So if you know what the spell does, you just need a quick reference, you go look and it's good.
And Laramie, remind me this week, and I'll get you some templates because I know you're developing stuff. You're developing stuff over at Frogs for CNC, so you kind of need to know that. So remind me, hit me up next week, and I'll make sure you get some templates. Okay? I want you to make sure
Did you
you
see
don't
that
have to,
comment?
I did not see it.
He just heard said the OGL has attempted to cross a river.
Well, that's
I should add,
How's it going?
the Monsters and Treasure. We did decide to take this new printing as an opportunity to bring in some cool monsters that have
Yes.
been sorely missed from Castles and Crusades up to this point.
Beholder.
No, I don't know. I
Fire.
don't know anything about it. I don't know. I don't know anything about those kind of monsters. We've got some really so the 500 Fae are gone,
we've got like 5. There's like 5.
which gave us a lot of room to play with.
13 senses.
Be gazer.
Oh,
It's called an eye stalker. It's a totally original eyeball themed monster. I can show.
I'm gonna tell you the art that guy's doing is great too.
The
I'm
art
really,
is awesome.
I'm really
We
pleased.
we have
Please.
the Mind Ravager, which is
Sarah
a
thought they would crawl.
which has a brain with a beak for a head, and he's got tentacles, and he rips your brain out.
And we are giving art for every monster in.
We are for sure. All right, let's see real quick. Another public service announcement for everybody. Why, since we're hanging out here, because Chris Donovan was the one that reminded me of that, and I thank you for that, Chris. We do have a program also. I don't talk about it much, but probably should do more of that. I mean, some. But there is a program on our website. If you know someone who is involved in schools or they have like a school gaming club or a library club, they can go here and apply for a special package that we'll send them that they can use to teach kids how to play games, our games, and other games.
There you
You can check that out if you want. All right, so, Laramie, so you had asked about still talking about using only paragraph format, no longer using stat blocks, which we are going forward with that. Just remind me next week to get you some templates of it so you can continue your work for Frog Gods. He's doing all the CNC conversions over there. So.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And Gaming Grubby says, don't forget to put the spell level on the spells block.
It says sequester, level 7 wizard, 7 illusionist. So it's right there. Yep,
All right,
you're good.
good deal.
I got some spells open in front of me.
He's ready. MJ Cook says, question, besides the Hermit, are there any other upcoming adventures on the itinerary? You know, we've tried to get Jeremy to write some. He won't do it. So there's nothing.
We've got 2 of Jeremy's.
And Davis just turned one
I
over.
just turned one over.
Yes.
We've got 2 for Planescape book or whatever it's called.
Yes. Well, one, but yes. So the idea is we've shaken Davis's schedule up a little bit, and he's going to write an adventure every other month. And Jeremy's written a couple, but Jeremy will be caught up doing some stuff for the next 3 months or so.
I had a great idea for another one.
And
There
I
you go.
wrote an adventure 4. It's very low level, so it'd be 1st to 2nd level. You could do 3rd level, and you could screw it up to any level you want. But it's for 1 to 6 players, preferably for 1 to 4 players, 1st level, and it's geared toward rogues, thieves, assassins,
Oh, cool.
and nefarious people specifically. Anyway,
All right, Chuck, questions?
Sorry, I was looking at the pictures. Let's
I
see.
I sent our latest art to Chuck.
Jeremy, for some reason, every once in a while your mic mutes goes out. I don't know why. It's been doing it. It's been doing it for a little while. It's like when you turn your head or something. You must have it really pointed in a precise direction or something. I don't know. I don't know if you guys. have noticed.
Omnidirectional.
Oh no, now
It's
it's
set to be
fine. It's
omnidirectional.
fine. It's fine now.
Well, I'll do this. How's that? Can you
Help
hear
me!
now?
Help me! All right.
Help
Manfred
me.
von Beck asks, speaking of rivers,
Very good.
in
Oh,
the
my
new
hand is there.
in the new Yurika and Eva novella, there is a line where one of the characters says they jumped in the river in the Darkenfold and swam away from a monster, and no one believes that could possibly be true in Steve Chenault's story. So what is up with that? That's
It's
impossible.
It's a fae. It's a fae that jumps into the river and swims away. And the guy who jumps in, so I'm not sure where Grace is, but the rogue who leaps into the river, he jumps into the river, gets caught up in the stream, and gets battered to death. He breaks his ribs, his leg, and one of his arms, and he drags himself up onto the side of the beach. So where Yurik, I won't give any too many spoils where Yurik helps him along, but the fae is the one, and it's a water fae. She actually swims away, uses the river. but I'm glad everyone caught that. That's awesome.
Rick Montel is hoping that there will be a carry-on wayward crawler. He's just throwing that out there.
Of course. Of
course.
course.
Am I still really
Uh,
quiet?
Alan Rowe,
Yeah.
our good buddy from
Yeah.
GMS Distribution. And while we're here,
Yeah.
oh, look, there's an ad that just popped up in the stream. Starting tomorrow.
Should be
Anybody?
good tomorrow.
That's right. Europe, UK, go over and check it out. We've now got a distributor, and he's already got tons of stuff ready to go tomorrow for you guys to go buy and look check out if you want to.
Yep.
If you're out of the
And you
US.
can-
Wait, he's already got it?
Yes, it's right there. That link.
Magic.
You what?
Well, that link right there, it's not up yet. It'll be up in the morning. It'll be up in the morning. Tomorrow. Yeah, they're hard.
Okay.
They're actually working on it now because I had to give them some prices earlier.
I didn't know it could get over there that quick. I thought it would take 7 years.
Dude, we're
Wow.
troll lords, magic. You know.
That's
All right.
right.
Anyway,
Todd and Wilson got that thing out the door. Chuck,
And-
what was the question?
and speaking of from Alan, it says, "Is there an online character creation management tool for CNC?" Well,
Yes,
that
there
you'll
is.
ask, we do have a character manager app that you can use on your phone and on the web that we've just recently released. We're still it's more or less a work in progress as we build it over time. We'll add stuff to it and change it. But yeah,
you can use it.
oh, you can
go
totally use
over
it. Yeah. I'm just saying it doesn't have the whole player's handbook on it though. That's the thing. You don't have the whole
No,
player's-
you can use it now. It's golden. You're good to go. The only thing we haven't gotten it on yet is the iPhone. We've got it on,
And that's
it's
close.
on the website, and we're on the what's the other one called? The Samsung. What that? Android.
We're on Android web version, and then iOS is coming. I've got to actually
Yeah.
got to go in there and fix that next week. Let's see. So there you go, Alan, and it's on the store. You can go in there and look and find it or whatever.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe a module called Mr. Galimo. He lives on the river.
Oh, I think Data's trying to drop the link. The links are shut down, Data, where we got so many people in here nowadays that if I don't, you should see the stuff that gets captured. Anyway, I'll throw the link out here in just a minute, though. Let's see. Next question from Chris Donovan. Will there be a cooler of holding my beer for stupidly reckless paladins? Oh, Chris. Catch that one. You got that one by me. Let's see. Van Dyke of Gaxmore. Question or ideal. Would you consider creating a place for folks to upload their adventures they created for Endless Worlds that they may want to share with the community? Maybe post a format template for folks. Yes, that is coming in the store. Yes, absolutely. We will have Endless World submissions like we used to for Knights of Crusade. Absolutely. That's going to happen. Let's see. I think we're caught up on the questions real quick. I'm going to post that link for the character manager, and yeah,
Characters will be paid in pieces of 8.
while I do this, you guys got any more questions? We're getting close to winding up. I got to do the giveaways in a few minutes. If you got any more questions, please throw them at us while I've got.
Wait. Okay, so I want to do a quick poll. Should I make a second edition of Castles and Crusades called Harvest of Blood?
No.
Steve's like, no.
Show the art.
Oh yeah, art too. Yeah. So where's the one with the Mind Flayer, man? That was my favorite.
It's in there.
Oh, there's a bunch. Never mind. Holy
Use your eyeballs.
dude, you sent me a bunch of shit. Okay. All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. I will. Oh man,
That's
great.
not a bad idea.
Some of these are just.
Eat to Surf says Davis makes advanced CNC.
Omote does. He's got a whole advanced
Yeah,
CNC
yeah.
page. All right. So here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to grab this link before I forget and move on. Then
Hey,
I'll
wait,
put art.
wasn't the Second Crusade the Children's Crusade?
Yes. Well,
That was like the.
How
Well,
appropriate.
That wasn't the second one.
Crusade is Richards. No, the third Crusade is Richards.
that's right.
I can't remember. There's
Yeah.
the Children's Crusade.
That was
is
like
not
17th
given
or
a
something.
number.
I don't remember.
It's not part of
I'm
the,
joking. No, it doesn't have.
Oh.
That's what it's called, the Children's Crusade, technically.
Yeah, it's just a sad story. It's just a sad story.
Absolutely. All right,
It's
so there's a link right there, Alan. Anybody else is curious about the character manager, go check it out. I don't know. What is it? $15 or something?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Harvest of Blood as a setting type thing. I could do another like the A series we did. Do a Harvest of Blood for.
DM Chris, that's cool. That's very, very cool. Yep, I think it'll help. I think it'll help a lot.
All right, let me get these pictures on here so we can catch everybody up.
Alan's the man of the hour.
Now, once we get the
Yeah,
pictures up,
Big Boogaloo.
when we get the pictures up, I'll let Jeremy handle tell you what they are. I mean, I'm sure most of you know, but if not, he'll be able to do it. So. Here, I'm just going to literally just drop them straight in the stream. Boom. There's one right there. There's another one. My current favorite.
Are they going up? Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, you got to
We're
show.
renaming the Displacer Beast the Replacer Beast.
Oh, God.
I don't know what a displacer beast is.
Yeah, what is he talking about?
Sorry, sir.
I've never heard the word.
So there's 3 right there.
3 what?
Jeremy, if you want to talk about
On
them, right?
one man, that is a continual and constant conversation around here, but it will happen.
What's that?
So, the first
The
one.
basic
First one is a displacer cat. I wanted to call it a phase tiger, but I got shot down for that. So it's, I imagine you know what that does.
We could call it a non-local feline.
Mind fillet-er.
Unplaced beast. Dave, that's good, man. That's a good one. What's the
The
unplaced
second
beast?
one is a mind ravager.
Mind Ravager. Okay,
The
all right.
third one is a deep one. The fourth
Schrodinger's
one,
Oh, we should. Oh, that would be an awesome monster. Schrodinger's cat. Oh, that would be an awesome. Oh, wow, that's a great idea.
Hey, we got to do all of these phased feline.
the fourth one is a dragon turtle.
Hey, did you give the beholder eye stalker guy?
Is that the final version?
I think so.
Yeah, he's done.
You don't remember the comment we talked about the mouth? I mean, it don't matter to me.
Yeah,
I just
no,
want to make
all
sure.
good. All good.
That can't be fixed.
All good.
All right, just making sure. I didn't know there was also.
The
Oh
guy
wait, there's a
hasn't
few more
paid.
you
It is
gave me
done.
actually. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Ah, bless. There's a lot of you sent me a lot of pictures. That's good.
But someone asked earlier if we can put up the Q&A in the Discord channel. I will get in there. I will try to get in there tonight, this afternoon if I can, and answer as many questions as I possibly can.
And Steve, when you're ready to do that, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and grab this video and I'll cut out our discussion, and you'll for the,
Okay.
the main part of the beginning of it, and then that way people can watch it too. And that way, if they, whatever.
Yeah.
All right,
Now we
couple
got
more.
Schrodinger's undead cat.
Oh
There-
God.
is it
Schrodinger's
dead or
undead
alive?
cat.
Is it dead or alive? It depends on if you're looking at it.
Bless, these pictures are. Get in the stream.
What was that show with that swamp monster thing from the 1960s?
Well, there's the Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. That's what I'm thinking of.
Bob.
All right, here's a couple more.
That's an
we
eye
got.
stalker.
Nice stalker.
Shoot,
also
I'm
known as mini tentacled mafioso.
And this one is just a work in progress, but I really, really loved it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I included it.
It's awesome.
Um,
The bottom part's
this
what's
is
great about it.
Tsu-
Yeah, what are we calling it now, Jeremy? I can't remember.
It's a Tsu monster. TSU. Tsu.
Who did that?
Same guy who did the eye stalker.
And the coolest part of it is he's eating a head.
He's eating some guy's brain, and he's
Yeah,
got
it's a
3
brain.
eyes.
Fat ass.
That is awesome. Yeah. All right. So if that's good for everybody, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch over. Actually, I'm gonna cut off all these pictures. My God, they're covering the screen. That gives you a little bit of a preview on that. If Steve's okay with it, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw these together and make it one graphic, and if we want, we can kind of spit that out. In the
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right. Anyway, let me get these pictures off. I'm gonna switch over so we can do the giveaways and we can get out of here because my wife just texted me. Here we go. I'm gonna get over here and get this done. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the giveaways right now.
Hey, I'm gonna have to split. Let you
Yep.
wrap that up. I will get over there and comment. And everybody, thank you guys for showing up.
Yep.
And throwing
Appreciate
the questions at us.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm
Thank
out. Chuck, I gotta go. Davis, Jeremy, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later, buddy. All right, so first winner of the night for a $15 is going to be Dark Light, $6.89. Dark Light, I think you've done it before, but you can go over to
Extra giveaway.
sorry, I just saw something here pop up. So you can go over to our Discord. There's the link, and then Obsidian Risk will give you the code. Just message him. Our next giveaway is going to our $15 will be for Yawn Tour. Johnny, there you go, buddy. You know the drill. And then for the $25 one, it is going to be Kedora. All right. Congrats, winners. That's awesome. Good to see everybody won. You guys know the drills. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you guys for hanging out with us this afternoon, really. I'll be back Saturday morning running my game stream here at 10 a.m. Central. Or, no, Eastern. Right, Eastern. And then we'll have another game on Sunday here at 11 Eastern. So we've got 2 games this weekend. And then Grace will be back Monday doing her literature readings, live readings of some of our fiction. Thanks again for everything, you guys. Appreciate it so much. We hope everybody has a great evening. Any last comments from you two? Real quick.
No, I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Today I'm dealing with non-locality, so we're going to do that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to raid into a friend of mine. Well, new friends, I should say. They do a live. They do a live cast over. They're actually out of New Zealand, and they do a live broadcast, live actual play of. They're doing some 5e tonight. One of my buddies is over there also. Dead Aussie gamer, who's a guy who's also from he's from Australia, I think. But anyways, fun bunch of people. I'd like to give them some. If you guys go over and give them some follows, they really could use it. It's a channel that's really got some great immersive show. I think you'll like it. I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to set up this raid for them. And yeah, good day, mate. Exactly.
Mate, and I'm being Sonic. I'm trying to be polite.
Right.
And not correct everyone.
Yeah, they have some unusual hours. I watch them in the mornings too, Death Angel. So it's different for sure. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming out again. Thank you so much. We're going to raid out. Have a great weekend. Come by and see me or Jingo this weekend. We're running our games. Love to have you by. Thanks so much for taking the time to hear us babble. We'll see you later.
All right, out, dude.